Hi, this is Brad Jacobson, a co-founder at C-Scale. Today I want to help walk you through how to adjust project settings and baselines to more finely match your project definition. Okay, so we're going to quickly make a new project, and let's call this one Minneapolis Multifamily. Let's call a new construction and say it's going to be done in 2028. And it's in Minneapolis, and we'll fly over there and say next. We'll call it multifamily housing. Let's say maybe it's 6 stories and it's 93,000 square feet. Okay, I'm not going to auto-generate scenarios, and we're going to create. So now it took a little less than a minute to do that, and it builds the baseline, right? So what you see is project settings over here and editing baseline over here. Let's start with project settings. You know what, we don't really want to see 60 years. We want to look at a 30-year analysis period. Perhaps we don't care about end-of-life emissions. We want to just really see things that we have more control over. And that includes, for example, maybe we don't want to look at site work and refrigerants in this case. So you can set all that. You can look at, for example, what if it's a significant retail on the ground floor. Okay, and so you can come up with a mixed use percentage. You could potentially add a below grade floor. You could even adjust something like the expectations of how quickly the grid's going to decarbonize and change that. Okay, so that kind of sets the parameters of the baseline, but there may be project specific things that you know. So this is housing. Maybe it's not 12 feet floor to floor, maybe it's 11. And the window to wall ratio, maybe it's actually 0.35. Look what happens here when I do that, what changes, the solid and transparent wall amounts change. You may have done a quick Rhino model or something and know the building perimeter is actually more long and skinny. You might even know, based on previous projects, that the baseline EUI, a typical EUI for housing in Minneapolis is 50, say. Okay, so that's lower than the benchmark. So at this point, you really have set up a basic project settings baseline that more closely matches your actual scenario. There may be other things to look at here, for example, your enclosure, but for now, let's just assume that is a correct baseline. In the next video, we will look at how to actually build scenarios on top of that.